So I've got a Lee big stopper and super stopper, and we're gonna shoot some long exposure. So I've got 10 stops and I've got 15 stops here. It's not the best lighting conditions right now. It's about 3 p.m. so we've definitely missed that time frame for sunrise, which is why I'm resorting to some long exposure, which I think should turn out great. So let's go do it. Okay, so real quick, 2 things I highly recommend when shooting long exposure. Cover your viewfinder. If you have some electric tape, that's what I use. Easiest way to just go ahead and cover that viewfinder. Of course, good old shutter release cable. I got this for like, I think 10 bucks on Amazon. You don't really need anything fancy. Let's see. Yeah, and just make sure that you are with a good sturdy tripod. Got your electric tape, got your shutter release cable, and get an app that that you like, or have some kind of timer to calculate your exposure correctly. We're gonna go ahead and trust our Lee filter app to calculate 25 seconds. All right, so let's go ahead and take the image. We've got another composition. We've got this fantastic log here on the beach that is leading your eye into the main subject, which is this gigantic rock formation on the beach. And as far as my settings go, I'm at f11. I'm at 1/15 of a second, ISO 100. Still have my polarizer and my 2-stop soft edge grad. And yes, we are going to go for a long exposure. I am flirting with going either 10 stops or 15 stops. I'm not quite sure yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can spare half an hour, so we're gonna go 10 stops. That's gonna be about a minute, 1/15 of a second. If you need a tripod, I am the man with the plan. So come see me at Ruby Beach whenever you need a tripod, because I've got plenty. I purchased my Lee Super Stopper about 6 months ago, and I have yet to use it. So my goal for the time that I have left here at Ruby Beach is to find a composition where I can use my Lee Super Stopper and block 15 stops of light. So we're gonna go ahead and scout for a composition. looks like I will finally use my Lee Super Stopper. We've got a composition. Okay, so in order to use my Super Stopper, 15 stops, I have removed all my filters, no polarizer, no ND grads. It's just my Super Stopper ND filter on there. And I am actually at f8, I'm at ISO 100. It has given me an exposure of 1/250th of a second, which is 2 minutes of exposure. So let's go ahead and take the image now. I am focused to infinity, manual focus, always manual focus when doing long exposure. We're gonna wait for 2 minutes and see how this turns out. I pray that it's good. All right, well, this has been quite a nice outing here in Ruby Beach. We did some long exposure. I finally used my Lee Super Stopper, and I think we got some pretty decent images. Not the best lighting conditions, but we made do with what we had, and that is what's most important. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button. That way you can be alerted every time I upload a new episode. Please consider following me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter, it is McCartney Diego, and on Instagram, it's just my first name, last name. Please feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions or feedback for me. I'd love to hear from you. From Olympic National Park here in Ruby Beach, Washington State, I am signing off. Until next week, we'll see you next time.